Hi everyone, this is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to part 2 of assembling the craft tote that I created several years ago. This is a digital cutting file on SVG or FCM or whatever. It can be converted into whatever machine you have. Anyway, I was showing on how to do the pockets and I didn't finish it because I didn't want to really use hot glue because I live in Florida and hot glue, it's not going to do well right now in the summer. But I was able to go ahead and add some foam tape for a quick grab and added a little bit of glue to the closure. So I used a bow for the closure. Now what this does, it slides down. You slide the bow down and then the pocket is, the flaps are free to open up. When you're going to close it, you need to make sure that the flaps are below the bow tail. The tails on the bow, because or else they'll slide underneath instead of over, and they're supposed to be on top of the flap to keep it closed. But that is the idea of the oval cutouts, is what I was saying. And I wasn't going to add another portion. I was just going to leave it like that as far as the tutorial went, but I didn't want to leave anybody hanging. So I already added one of my side pockets, and I left one to put together with you all. That way you guys can see. On this one, I used a little ladybug. So this little ladybug, all I have to do is slide it down, and all I have to do is slide it down. Then I can open the flaps. In order to close it, I have to make sure that the flaps are underneath the body of the ladybug, and then I can slide it up. This was easier before I was sharing it with, there you go. Then I can slide it up, and now it's closed. Look how cute that looks. So that was the idea of this type of closure. But if you want, you can add magnets or whatever you want to it. I mean, if you're good with your machine, you can close up those holes that I created in the file. But that's definitely something you will have to do on your own, because it does take a while to do that. Anyway, so there is the closure for the front flap, and then there's the closure for the side. And now I'm going to, with you guys on camera, I'm going to do the last pocket. I already glued my layering pieces together, and this has 1, 2, 3 tabs, half-inch tabs, and one at the bottom. This one is made to be an accordion file type of pocket, that it has gussets. But if you didn't want it that way, you would just cut off the first 2 tabs and just leave the one. I'm going to leave it the way it is, the way I created it. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to take off a little bit of that bulk that's down here. So I'm just going to leave these closed and pinch together like that. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut it at a slight angle on both sides. That way it alleviates some of that bulk that's down there, and not give me more trouble as far as gluing and all that. So let me put that there. I'll share with you the Scrap Diva little things that I created. So now all I'm going to do is close them up, and they're like this. So the first score mark closest to the pocket, you would fold into the pocket. The next one would be out, and the next one would be in. So that's what we're doing here. And I like to add glue to the outside of my pocket. So I'm going to add glue here and here before I even add it to my project. That way this is already taken care of. I'm going to add embellishments to this tote. And I think I'm going to create several, and then I'll ask my daughter to add them to her shop. And if you guys are interested, you can purchase them there at the shop, because I do like to create embellishment boxes. And the Ladybug was one that I started. That's why I have these stickers, because I had already started collecting for that kit. And when I get done with it, I'll share it, and then I'll let you know that it's up at the shop. Also, this will not be available today, probably tomorrow or the next day, because my daughter works and she gets up really early for work, so I'm not sure if she's able to. If she's able to do it tonight, then it'll just keep checking. It might be up there, it might be up there tomorrow, it might be up there tonight. I can't really give you a straight answer on that because she's the one that does it. So I folded the score line on the pocket, and I'm going to glue it to the back of the pocket even before I add the pocket to the side. I'm just going to go ahead and glue down the flaps to it. And this is easier for me because I like to glue them down underneath there anyway. So if I glue them down first, then they're already there. Okay. Let me make sure this is nice and glued. Look at how pretty these are, you guys. I've been playing with the Scrap Diva little ladybugs because I want to add them to this. And I used some matte foil red paper that I bought last year, and it's almost velvety. Satin, maybe not velvety, maybe like satin. I don't know. I want to say velvety, but not. And look at how cute these tags came out. So definitely it's going to be an embellishment that's going to be in here, in this box. So there it is. It's already glued. Now all I have to do is add glue to this right here and glue it to my box. But before you do that, if you're going to add a closure, the ladybug the way I did, or any other thing, it can be a flower, it can be whatever. These long tabs, remember these oval or oblong tabs or pieces are you glue two together to make them strong. Even though I'm using very heavyweight cardstock, I really like to make it real strong. And then I'm going to grab one of my ladybugs, and it does have foam, so it's better if you do add a little bit of foam to whatever you're gluing to the front. Now this one, before I even attach it, I'm going to go ahead and add my closure. So I'm just sliding the tab somewhat in the middle, or about the middle. You want to stay in the middle. And I'm sliding it in. It's not going to come out. I'm just going to move it down some. And I'm going to glue the ladybug to it. I want to make sure it's straight. Mine's not straight. So just kind of keep it as straight as you possibly can. There you can see the tab. And now I'm going to add my ladybug to it. And it might come off because it's so hot here. And if you are having trouble and you might need to add 2 pieces of foam, you can do that as well. So there's my ladybug. I'm going to press her down really hard so she'll stay in place. And I'm not actually going to close it right now. I'm going to leave it for a little bit and hopefully it'll adhere better. So now all I have to do is add glue to the perimeter. And like I said before in my part 1, I like to leave myself very large gussets for added strength. I don't like to be fiddling with little 1/4-inch gussets. So we're going to add glue to all of this, and then we're just going to attach it to the side of our box. Doesn't it always happen, you guys, when I'm recording? So there it is. There is the last piece. Give me 1 second. I am going to close the door to my craft room. Never mind. I think they're quiet now. So there is the completed box, but I'm not going to close it yet because I don't want that ladybug to fall off. And it does on my other one. So, you know, just make sure you use really good glue for this. And I didn't put nothing on the back yet. Like I said, this will be a completed project. One will be completed, and I think the other ones are, I'm just going to make them into kits, and the recipient, whoever buys them, can put it together themselves. But because I'm putting already one together for the tutorial, this one will be available at the shop as well, but it will be already put together with all the embellishments. Or that is my goal. We'll see. But anyway, that's what I created. Let me close this one now. I think it's dry enough that I can close it. So remember, whatever it is that you use as a closure, you want your flap to be underneath that. So if you have to add another extra layer of foam, then I recommend you do that And see how it closes now? If you need to add another extra layer of foam, then I recommend you do that to give you more space in between the closure. And like this one's not complete. There it is. Oh, look at how cute that is, you guys. Now I could have faced the ladybug either whatever direction I want. I just put it in there straight, and then I still have to decide what I want to do here. I think I want to do like a daisy or something as the closure on this one. But this pretty much completes the assembly tutorial for the craft tote box that I created. Oh gosh, I don't even know how many years ago, but it's been a while. I needed to refresh my memory. That's why I redid the video. Now I want to share with you these beautiful, and I did share them already, but look at how cute they are. And these will be part of the embellishments that are in my box. I thought they were gorgeous with I added the diamond dots to them. Look at how cute those are. So these are actually tags, and if I wanted to, I could just add a little chain and add it to, you know, make a hole here or something and hang it on there. Or even if I wanted to use this as the closure on my box, I could do that, because then I could actually do them upside down, like ladybugs with a tab down, and I could actually dangle a charm from there. And that might be what I'm going to do to this back one, you guys, so you can see. And because she has different sizes, I have one that's the perfect size for that opening. And see, the shape of the heart will hold down the flap. Anyway, these will, whenever they're available, I will come back and do a video and share with y'all everything that I put in them. But for now, I just wanted to share with you how to assemble the craft tote, and explain to you that, you know, you only get one of each piece in the file, and all you have to do is cut it out twice. You don't even have to duplicate it. I personally pick my files apart and do all the pockets on one, do all the tabs on another, because I like to use different designer papers. So I manipulate them in my Canvas workspace. But if you don't know how to do that, you don't have to. You can cut them all the same color and just cut them out twice. If you want layers on the inside, then you would cut your layers 4 times. Because you need the layers on the outside, and you need 2, one for each side, and then you need the ones to go on the inside. I think it looks pretty just black on the inside. And another thing I did, I removed the stitching. It does come with the stitching on there. I personally feel like it's not that pretty as far as an SVG file is concerned. The stitching doesn't do well. But if it were a die, it would be beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the stitching and just leave the file, because then it's a lot faster to cut as well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't watched part 1 where we assembled the main thing, go ahead and watch part 1, and then this is the last part to it. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging as far as the pockets went and how to do the closures on them. Thanks for watching. Bye.